Hello, and welcome to the opening meeting of the College of the Liberal Arts and Sciences at Eastern Illinois University. My name is Barbara Bonnekessen, and I have the pleasure to serve as the Dean of the College. Because we try to adhere to social distancing guidelines, our departments won't be joining us in person here in our lovely recital hall, but there are a few people here to help us today. Our Doudna crew is in the wings, live streaming this event, and you will be able to see it on YouTube. And I'm very happy to welcome Dr. David Glassman, President of Eastern Illinois University.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be invited to this event today. I'm so glad to be with you and so glad to welcome everybody back to campus, even though we've now been here, I believe, about 6 or 7 weeks. I want to welcome and extend my great appreciation to Dr. Bonnekessen for joining us as our new dean, and I know she's going to do wonderful things for our College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. It's, of course, been a very challenging year, as you can imagine, with our abrupt change in remote instruction back last March, and then getting ready for our classes here in the fall. I want to thank everybody in the department of all of the departments of Liberal Arts and Sciences for everything that you've done to make this possible. We really couldn't do it without everyone contributing. It has been just fantastic to see what we've been able to accomplish and to provide the gift to our students that will allow them to be here in Charleston on campus during the fall semester. You all made it happen, and I couldn't be more proud of those accomplishments. Well, here we are in our fall semester of 2020, and looking forward to the successes of our students and the accomplishments that they will provide, as well as all of the accomplishments that will take place in each of your departments. I am so proud of what everybody is doing, and I can't thank you enough. From the dean to the associate deans who prepared the classes and the class sizes in order to be socially distanced, to thank all of the faculty for making yourselves available and student-centered no matter what the modality is that you're teaching. And for all of the staff in the Liberal Arts and Sciences for helping us make this college so wonderful. I wish everybody the very best. I do have a State of the University address coming in about a week. I'll keep you advertised on that, and then we can talk about all of the successes from last year and everything that we can expect coming for this year. Thank you once again. And of course, I'd be remiss without thanking those of you who are new faculty and staff for the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Welcome to an incredible university, a university that believes in respect, inclusivity, and equity for all, that is welcoming to all, and that is extremely student-centered. Our students, we love them, we want them here, and we want them to have a wonderful education. Thank you all, and I'll turn it back over to Dr. Bonnekessen. Thank you all. See you soon.
Thank you so very much, President Glassman. Also joining us today is our Provost, Dr. Jay Guttrell.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to a fall semester that it is truly, truly unique. But it is also, despite sort of the challenges we have, it is an exciting semester, and as the provost, I'm especially proud of the work of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, the leadership of the dean and the associate deans, and the hard work of every faculty member and chairperson that made face-to-face instruction, hybrid instruction, high-flex delivery modes, and online learning work this fall semester. So it is a unique semester, but it's an exciting one. And the College of Liberal Arts, which is my home, I'm in geography, is special to me as a member of this college. But it's unique because as I walk around campus this fall and I look at the Panther Marching Band or vocal ensembles practicing outside, or I see students in a writing class in the outdoor classroom. It's exciting to see learning happening on campus, front and center, in new spaces, in unique spaces like the Grand Ballroom. And there's an energy about being back to campus that truly is exciting. And it's due in large part to the dedication and commitment of our faculty and their willingness to believe in our students, believe in our mission, and willingness to innovate on the fly. We did an outstanding job in the spring, so I can't thank our faculty enough for supporting our students. And I want you to know they recognized and appreciated the effort and your commitment to them. And they shared that feedback with myself as well as President Glassman. So thank you for what you did last spring. I look forward to continuing to have an outstanding fall, and welcome back to campus.
And thank you to our provost. Now, to show you what our fine departments have done over the past year, the college's Associate Deans, Dr. Chris Mitchell and Dr. Mike Cornebys.
As Dean Bonnekessen said, my name is Chris Mitchell. I'm honored to serve the college as Associate Dean, representing the Arts and Humanities, which notably includes the School of the Arts, comprising the departments of Art and Design, Music and Theater, the School of Communication and Journalism, and the departments of English, History, Philosophy, and World Languages and Cultures. So without further ado, we'll now hear from the chairs of our departments, as well as reports from our world-class arts centers. So thank you for joining us today. We appreciate it, and we hope you have a good remainder of the semester.
Welcome to the Department of Art and Design. My name is Chris Kaler. I'm the department chair and professor of painting. Some of the significant things that have happened over the past year is thanks to the very generous donors over the past few years, we are moving forward on our renaming and renovation of the undergraduate student gallery space here in Doudna. A new gallery lighting is scheduled to be installed this semester. We're also seeing a lot of growth in the BFA in art education and the graphic design degrees. We're seeing similar growth in other areas throughout the department. There's also continued success in the fashion merchandising and design program, and I highly encourage a lot of community colleges to take a serious look at the curriculum for that, because we have integrated some more art classes into it, and I believe that it is a very exciting and competitive degree. Also, this has been an outstanding previous year of achievement for our faculty, including some Illinois Arts Council award that was given to Matt Boonstra in sculpture, and we've also had international and national awards for some of our faculty. All these really exciting and positive experiences translate into a stronger experience for our students, and we're really excited to be welcoming more students as we move forward into the new year. I encourage you to reach out to me here at cbkaler@eiu.edu or at 217-581-3410 so that I can help you to help your students. Enjoy your year.
Hello, my name is Dr. Shelley Gregorich, and I am the chair of the Department of Music, and I'm happy to share some recent developments in my department. First, we have a new concentration in the Bachelor of Arts program and a new minor that both focus on audio and recording technology. These programs make use of the amazing facilities in the Doudna Fine Arts Center to give students hands-on experience in the fascinating world of recording technology. We also have designed the curriculum so that required coursework may be completed in 2 years, making this a transfer-friendly program. The Department of Music also welcomed 2 new faculty this fall. Professor Andrew Martin serves as our Director of Choral Activities, and Jonathan Young joins us as our organ professor. Finally, last year, the department made several curricular changes to strengthen the music education program. We have added additional coursework in piano and also developed new courses in world percussion and secondary general music.
Things in theater this year are a little different due to COVID and the pandemic. We have moved most of our productions into a sort of recorded theater event style using some equipment from communications and some equipment here in Doudna to create an event that we can stream to our patrons without having to worry about getting them inside and masks or not masks or social distanced or not social distanced. So we've decided that the best way to continue to create art is to create a theatrical event that can be streamed online. So we're doing that with our first production of The Seagull, which should premiere in mid-October, October 16th. And then our second production, which is called Renewal, is a devised piece where the cast with lead by the director, a guest artist named Latrell Bright, who we've brought down from Champaign, and our newest faculty member, Christina Harkulich. Those two are going to lead the cast into creating a theater piece about weathering the storm and renewal. And then that will also be recorded and edited, and then that will be kicked out sometime in early November, around the 10th, 12th, somewhere around there. But other than that, things are still going just fine. Our students are learning. They're dealing the best they can with this sort of remote hybrid approach. A lot of our courses have gone hybrid, which I don't think we would have guessed was possible a few months ago. If you'd asked most of our faculty if they'd like to do their classes online or in hybrid, they would have said, no, that's impossible. But we found a way. I'm very proud of them and the creativity they've attacked this pandemic with. So that's what things have been like here in theater, and we'll keep doing great things and figuring out ways for people to see it.
Hi, I'm Matt Gill, and I'm the chair of the School of Communication and Journalism. I just want to take a few moments of your time today to talk about some of the great things that are happening over in Buzzard Hall. First, we've always been very proud of our student-centered initiatives, like our nationally recognized speech team and our active student organizations. In fact, this past spring, a small team of EIU public relations majors was one of only 17 teams from across the country to be recognized when they earned honorable mention in the Bateman competition. The Bateman is a national contest where students apply their classroom education and internship experiences to create and implement a full public relations campaign. We also had multiple students win awards from the Illinois News Broadcasters Association, and our amazing students who work right here at WEIU's Newswatch took first place in the Outstanding Television Newscast category. Not to be outdone, on the print side, journalism student Katie Smith was named Illinois Reporter of the Year by the Illinois Press Association. These are just a few of the ways our students were recognized over the past year. Fall 2020 marks the start for two new faculty members in the School of Communication and Journalism. Nora Heist, who studied rhetoric and political culture in the Department of Communication at the University of Maryland, joins us as a new assistant professor of communication and course director for CMN 1310, Fundamentals of Speech Communication. We also welcome Drew Britton, a filmmaker and graduate of the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. He's teaching courses in television and video production here at Eastern and is currently working on completing his latest film. We're also excited about our growth over the last year, with increases in student enrollment across almost every program at the school. We're looking forward to another exciting year for both our faculty and our students.
The Department of English is delighted to welcome our newest assistant professor, Elizabeth Talkey. She'll be supporting us primarily in the area of English education. I have just a few curricular updates for you. We are now, as you can see, up to 5 undergraduate minors in the English department. So if you have students who are interested in literature or writing, I hope you will encourage them to consider one of our minors. Our online MA program is entering its third year. We graduated some of our first students from that program last year, and we are excited to be getting a lot of interest in the program from not just the state of Illinois, but around the US and even outside the country. I also want to remind you that the Eastern Illinois Writing Project supports professional development for teachers, not just in the English language arts, but across the curriculum for K-12 teachers in the teaching of writing. You'll be seeing some announcements coming out from Robin Murray about programming related to that again this year. Like all of you, we're getting very used to online programming for students. We were excited this summer to have 58 high school students join us. That's almost the highest number we've ever had come to summer camp, even though it was all virtual this year. And continuing with online programming, one of our big events for the year, the Lions in Winter Literary Festival, will be virtual this year, and it'll be a series of events spread out over December and January. The big event there will be one that we are holding as a partnership between Lions in Winter and the Big Read Grant that came from the National Endowment for the Arts through Booth Library. And that will be a reading with the current Poet Laureate of the United States, Joy Harjo, on Saturday, January 30th. If you're not familiar with the Big Read yet, the book is Harjo's Book of Poems, An American Sunrise, and I really encourage you to check out An American Sunrise.
Hello, this is Stacey Elder, Chair of the History Department, and the department is excited to announce the launch this year of the new Public History minor. This minor is especially dear to us as it returns us to the department's long tradition of training young historians to work in museums, historic sites, archives, and other public history spaces. There was also great undergraduate demand for training in public history. The new minor is coordinated by our newest faculty member, Dr. Camden Bird. Dr. Bird comes to us from University of Rochester, where he earned his PhD. He is an expert in environmental history, U.S. environmental history, public history, and digital humanities. He looks forward to teaching History 3000 public history for the first time in the spring. He's also excited to collaborate with other units on campus to develop digital humanities projects, which is another reason the public history minor is so exciting, its interdisciplinary nature. The minor includes elective coursework in a range of disciplines, including English, communication studies, digital media technology, geography, organizational leadership, political science, and business. We are grateful to have the support of these programs. This minor arrives at a time when questions about public memory and commemoration invite, or indeed even demand, rigorous critique of public representations of racism and oppression in our nation's past. Everywhere, we are considering how our museums, monuments, archives, historic sites can contribute to accurate and responsible narratives about our communities and our nation. We hope the Public History minor will provide students from a range of majors the opportunity to contribute to this public reckoning with the past.
Welcome to What's New in the Department of Philosophy 2020 to 2021. While he's not completely new, we welcome Dr. Devin Frank, who many of you may not know. He joined the Department of Philosophy at EIU in the fall of 2019. And while here, he has taught classes on philosophy of language, his area of specialty, logic, the meaning of life, and introduction to philosophy. His research is primarily focused on questions in the philosophy of language, such as what is linguistic meaning, how do words and sentences come to have meaning, and what is it to gain knowledge of meaning. He has received his BA from Iowa State University and his PhD from University of Missouri. He loves playing music with others and has toured in rock and roll bands, and he is newly and happily married. Due to coronavirus, they canceled their wedding plans and eloped in Colorado. So welcome, Dr. Devin Frank. Also new in the department is a revision of our religious studies minor, and we're excited about this revision as it allows students to earn up to 9 semester hours of course credit in the minor through prior learning assessment by portfolio. This revision was came about through discussions with the Newman Center and allows us to welcome students from the Catholic Studies program at the Newman Center to earn course credit in our minor through the prior learning assessment portfolio. So we're really happy to have those students join our religious studies minor. And of course, we're always excited about our relatively new Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy option in Integrative Studies. This option works really well for students who are double majoring. It allows them to count their non-philosophy electives toward a philosophy degree. And as I said, works really well for double majors. So we're really excited about the things going on in philosophy. And if you have students who are interested in double majoring, we hope you'll send them our way. Thank you.
Welcome to the Department of World Languages and Cultures. I'm Christiana Eid-Bibi, the department chair. So let me highlight some features and changes in our department. First, we have revised our major. Students take 24 to 26 hours on the upper division level, plus 9 hours electives that can be taken in other departments. Students, as before, get credit for prior high school study, proficiency exams, and the Illinois Seal of Biliteracy. We, of course, offer the teacher licensure major. Language teachers are in very high demand in Illinois, so all our candidates find a position right away. We are offering also a new online course, Spanish for the Health Professions, a second semester Spanish course. It is equivalent to Spanish 1102, our regular second semester Spanish course, and it completes the foreign language graduation requirement. It is open to all majors. Of course, we hope to run our new faculty-led study abroad programs as soon as the COVID crisis has abated. These short-term programs will go to Mexico, Senegal, and Germany and will yield 2 to 4 credits. Short-term programs are especially popular with students who do not want to spend a full semester abroad. We also have a fully staffed tutoring center where we offer face-to-face, socially distanced tutoring and of course also evening online hours. World Languages offers outreach and service learning opportunities with exciting internship options. For example, we collaborate closely with language teachers at the high school level and in February brought Global Fest Illinois to campus. We also work closely with amigos and friends at the Newman Catholic Center, where our majors serve as coordinators. Last but not least, we have created a home away from home for our students with active language clubs, conversation tables, and many exciting events. So please contact me anytime, email me, Zoom with me, or just stop by. Thank you.
Hello. For many people living in Coles County as well as East Central Illinois, the Doudna is a cultural destination. It's where they can experience a wide range of programming, whether it's musical performances, theater productions, visual arts programming, as well as a wide range of guest speakers. Unfortunately, attending live in-person events isn't possible. Right now, our primary goal is to keep our students, our staff, and our patrons safe and fulfill the academic mission of the university. So what do you do when you are given lemons? You make lemonade. And the Doudna has been doing that by offering live streaming and also presenting it on our new YouTube station that we have for the Doudna. So far, since school started, we have presented and live streamed the concert band and the Wind Symphony's Boyd Band Bash Scholarship Concert. Last week, we presented our jazz showcase, and this past Sunday, we presented a recital presented by Dr. Rebecca Johnson. Coming up, the theater department will be live streaming The Seagull by Anton Chekhov, which will be premiered on Friday, October 16th. We are getting lots of requests from students to live stream their student recitals. And additionally, on November 9th, I think it is, we will be partnering with Booth Library, who will be using the Doudna Lecture Hall to live stream a program related to the NEA's Big Read program. The presentation is part of the Illinois Humanities Rhodes Scholars Program entitled A Peek into the American Indian Way of Life Through History and Oral Traditions. I do want to give a big big shout out to the Doudna staff. The student crew has worked extremely hard, and they've gone the extra mile in making things work great, and it's been very challenging during this crisis. I also want to give a big thank you to Dennis Malik and also Connor Baltz and also Kevin DeBella for their exceptional skills that they have bring to live stream all of our programs. As a programming director, I am frequently asked when will the Doudna begin presenting its touring events, and my quick answer has been when it's safe to do so. Our primary goal right now is not to jeopardize anyone's health, and we had hoped that we would be bringing the premier events back during the spring of 2021, but I believe we need to look and plan for premier events returning during the 2021-2022 performance season. While this might be disappointing to our patrons, our primary goal, once again, as I had said, is to keep everyone healthy and safe. Well, here's the good news. The Doudna is going strong, and it's dedicated to taking the arts and a variety of programming that we've been doing so far directly to the people. And we've been doing this through live streaming. Although we're in the midst of a crisis, we've been given a real opportunity to showcase our campus, its facilities, programs, and of course its students through live streaming technology. This has allowed our neighbors in Coles County and the surrounding collar counties to keep connected to EIU, but EIU and Doudna is reaching beyond our backyard. We are pushing Eastern's message across the country and around the world. The Doudna is a greeting card for Eastern Illinois University, and the bottom line is we are dedicated and we're committed to passing out that calling card, and we're doing that through live streaming. And that's as long as we have the personnel and the resources. Thank you for this few minutes so that I could talk a little bit about the Doudna Fine Arts Center. Have a good day.
The mission of the Tarbell Arts Center is to engender appreciation for and involvement in the arts for the people of East Central Illinois and Eastern Illinois University through the presentation of exhibitions, performances, programs, education, and a teaching collection. While the Tarbell's indoor galleries will be closed to the public until 2021, we invite you to take advantage of the Tarbell's outdoor grounds, which currently house a selection of monumental sculptures and a temporary installation by artist Heather Hart. Beginning on October 9th, the Tarbell's outdoor grounds will be activated with Press Play, a site-specific digital exhibition of video and audio artworks by artists, poets, dancers, musicians, healers, writers, and creative voices. Groves of trees, architecture, words, music, movement, and art will play together, offering reflections on our sense of place in relation to both built environments and the natural world. Press Play QR codes and a call-in phone number will be situated throughout the green spaces that surround the building, inviting those passing through to use their phones or smart devices to experience these audio and visual works. This exhibition offers the opportunity to encounter art in an open-air, contactless environment. We are also creating dynamic digital programming and online experiences that carry on our mission to bring art to the people. We have a weekly online book club, online activities for young ones, and a new at-home educational series called Tarbell to Go that provides activities that foster curiosity, creativity, and community care. You can sign up on our website and learn more at tarbellartscenter.org.
Good afternoon, everyone, and once again, thank you for joining us. As you can see, there are a lot of wonderful things going on throughout the CLAS. We just heard from the Arts and Humanities side. I'm representing the Sciences and Social Sciences, and now we're going to hear from the departments of Biological Sciences, Chemistry and Biochemistry, Economics, Geology and Geography, Math and Computer Science, physics, political science, psychology, and sociology, anthropology, and criminology. Enjoy and have a wonderful weekend or wonderful day.
Welcome to the Department of Biological Sciences. I'm Gary Bulla, chair of the department, and glad to share a snapshot of what we have to offer students. We have 15 research active faculty with a broad range of expertise, and this allows us to provide coursework and research experiences in a wide range of career paths for our students. This includes coursework in zoology, botany, microbiology, molecular biology, and genetics. And we also have a majors option in environmental biology. More than half of our students are in one of our pre-health professional programs. And we have a pre-health professional advisor who helps these students navigate not only coursework, but importantly, shadowing, volunteering, entrance exam prep, and research opportunities to build students' credentials when applying to professional schools. We have a teacher certification degree for students hoping to teach in the high school, and a clinical lab science major in which students spend their 4th year at one of our 4 affiliate hospitals. In both of these degrees, students enter directly into the job market, with an especially robust job market in clinical lab science at 100% job placement. We push all of our students to capture research experiences with our faculty, and we have over 50 students involved in projects every semester, many presenting their work at regional, state, and national conferences. We encourage club engagement so that students can build strong connections with other students and involve students in departmental activities, such as our annual biology festival called FevFest, which reaches out to the community, and our Bio on the Road program, which visits area high schools to provide hands-on instruction to biology classes. Finally, we have a required BioForum course designed to help students explore career paths within biological sciences. This allows them to develop resumes, personal statements, identify research opportunities, and chart out their college career in pursuit of their post-graduation plans. In sum, biological sciences offers coursework, support, research opportunities, and faculty-student engagement aimed at the success of every student. Thanks for your attention.
Hello everyone, Dr. Treadwell from the Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry. Welcome. I'd like to tell you a few things about us. We have a variety of programs, including a BS in Chemistry, Biochemistry, Chemistry with Management, and Teacher Cert. We also have a BA degree. These programs work well with pre-health options, including pre-med and pre-pharm, and this continues to be popular and successful. Also successful is our departmental honors program for students who really like research. They take a graduate course and write an undergraduate thesis. For the more motivated students, we have a combined 5-year BS-MS program, and we're excited to announce that we'll have our first cohort of students graduating with their masters this summer. For recent news, we've hired a new tenure-track faculty member, Dr. Zhenga Feng, who comes to us from Case Western and Argonne, and he'll be studying fuel cells by a combination of electrochemistry and laser spectroscopy. Add to him our other recent hires, Dr. Michael Beck, who's a bioorganic chemist looking at the structure and function of some intramolecular organelles, and Dr. Stephen Pellizzari, who's a computational chemist who's looking at kinetics and catalysis, and we have some really neat, really interesting new research programs starting up. We also have our X-ray facility that's back online again, taking crystal structures, not only for Eastern, but also seeking to do collaborations and expanding to do outreach to the community. While our teaching remains strong, our research is also strong. We had 11 peer-reviewed publications last year with 10 student co-authors on it. 3 external grants were submitted, and 3 of our faculty were recognized by the university for their strong research contributions. Lastly, a new exciting thing is the fact that we're anticipating moving into a new science building in 2025 with biology, and that should be really exciting and give us a bunch more opportunities. So thank you very much, and have a good day.
The Department of Economics Bachelor of Arts program provides a broad education involving the domestic and international economy and includes the study of the institutions, concepts, policy, and tools of analysis used in economics. Our students prepare for careers in business, such as banking, financial markets, insurance, management, and consulting, for careers in national, state, and local governments, for careers in teaching, or for graduate study in economics or related fields, including business administration, finance, public policy, and law. Employers have come to value greatly the skills that an economics education provides. In particular, the study of economics helps students develop analytical skills, logical thinking, written and spoken expression, and skills in comparative analysis, mathematics, and problem solving. The Bureau of Labor Statistics has projected occupational demand for economics graduates to increase at a healthy rate of 14% from 2019 to 2029, about as fast as the average for all occupations. This growth is expected to come mostly from the private sector, as more businesses and organizations across the country rely on economic analysis and quantitative methods to analyze and forecast business, sales, and other economic trends.
Greetings, this is Diane, the chair of the Geology and Geography Department. I wanted to update you on some of the new and exciting things we have going on over here. We've got 5 new drones which are added to the fleet, bringing it to a total number of 7, and these will be used in our field methods classes so that we can give the students hands-on experience with this kind of new and exciting technology. We got 2 brand new microscopes to add to our microscopy lab, as well as a high-definition plotter to use to print out our research so we can present it at the various and sundry conferences. We've got articulation agreements with both Rock Valley College and Richland Community College in both the geology and the geography programs, as well as an arrangement with Western University to share our graduate program, our graduate classes, so that we can enhance the programs on both sides of the state. Shout out to some of our people in our department. Faculty-wise, we have Chris Langen and Katie Lewandowski, who both went up for full professor and were granted it this past year. We have Luke Jansen, who's one of our students. He was an undergraduate, and he's now in our PSM, and he won a singular statewide scholarship for ILGILSA, which is the Illinois Geographic Information Society. Last but not least is Shirley Mensa. She graduated from our accelerated PSM after finishing her geology degree a year ago, and she's the first one from our accelerated program to graduate. She's one of only 2 students who graduated from the accelerated programs overall, and she's indeed the poster child for a lot that is going on well in this department. Thank you.
Hello. My name is Dr. Marshall Lassick, and I'm currently chair for the Department of Mathematics and Computer Science. I'm going to share with you some recent changes in our department and one upcoming item not reflected on the slide. The first thing to share is what we're calling the Streamlined Path to Calculus 1. This will begin in fall of 2021. We have taken our 2 current prerequisite courses for Calculus 1, a trigonometry course and a separate pre-calculus course, and have combined them into one 4-credit pre-calculus course. It is our intent that completion of this course will still prepare students for Calculus 1 and allow them to gain access to that course much sooner than perhaps what has happened in the past. The second item to share is we have reevaluated the prerequisites for several of our upper-level mathematics and computer science courses and have adjusted them accordingly. And we believe this will allow students to gain access to those courses sooner in their degree program than they would have otherwise. And a final item to share that you see on the slide here is we are seeing an increase in both our computer science major and our mathematics for teacher licensure major. This is an exciting time for growth in our department, and along with our recently developed computer science minor, we are beginning to see increases in enrollment in our courses. A final item to share: recently, Eastern announced that they would become a test-optional university, and to support that, our department has developed a new math placement option based on high school GPA and courses completed in high school. This will give students another option in addition to the ACT, SAT, or math placement test to determine which math course is the best course for them to start their career at Eastern.
My name is Steve Daniels, and I'm the chair of the physics department here at Eastern Illinois University. And I appreciate your coming and hearing about the new things that the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences has to offer. The physics department has a few things that we'd like to tell you about. The first one is that we have a new dome in our observatory, which is a solar telescope. It's the smaller of the 2 domes seen here, and the solar telescope allows us to actually study the sky day and night. It also gives our students some wonderful hands-on experience with how to handle telescopes. We also have a brand new tutor room, which is a community center more than a tutor room. The students can study in this room. They can use the glass to write on. They can. There's a library that's associated with it. They have computers available, and it's just a gathering place for our majors, but it also is a learning environment for everybody. And finally, we have a brand new electrical engineering program, which has just started this semester. We have new students in the program, and we're always looking for more. I hope that some of your students can come to our new electrical engineering program. We're hoping to be fully accredited. We will be able to ensure that students can graduate with an electrical engineering degree that is marketable in the real world. We have a brand new professor by the name of Dong-Hyun Ha, who will be integral in making this all happen. We do offer many concentrations in the physics department, and we would very much like to talk to you more about that. If you have any questions, here's some contact information. Thank you very much for listening.
Last year, political science student engagement in applied learning was exceptional. From interning with the Governor's Constituent Affairs Office, studying and doing research in Cyprus, winning the Novice Attorney Award at Moot Court and the first runner-up, winning election as the Moot Court Chief Justice and the Model Illinois Government Secretary of State. Applied learning is life-changing. Students do not forget these opportunities where they develop and synthesize academic and professional skills. We also saw continued success with our graduate program. One example is Hannah Smothers, who received a Graduate School Student Impact Grant that allowed her and Dr. Ryan Burge to conduct research on gender and religious responses to government action on COVID, which was just published in a leading journal, Politics and Gender. Our faculty remain committed teacher scholars. Dr. Kevin Anderson will have a publication later this fall examining civil rights advocacy against restrictive voter laws. Dr. Ryan Burge has had 5 peer-reviewed publications and has given dozens of high-profile interviews to media outlets regarding his research on religion and politics. This year, we are back in a mix of modalities. The Pre-Law Society regularly meets in the Coleman Courtyard, socially distanced and masked. The Political Science Association is virtually promoting voter mobilization and hosting virtual book and movie clubs. Our government simulations are preparing for virtual events this year, and faculty are partnering with the Office of Civic Engagement and Volunteerism to promote voter mobilization and social justice awareness. This year, we look forward to continued academic, professional, and personal growth for our political science community.
The psychology department welcomes 3 new faculty this year, Dr. Zhu, Dr. O, and Dr. Liu. Dr. Zhu's background is in cognitive and behavioral neuroscience, and he will contribute to the undergraduate programs in neuroscience and psychology. Dr. O's background is in clinical psychology, and he will contribute to the undergraduate major as well as the graduate program in clinical psychology. Dr. Liu's background is school psychology, and he will contribute to the undergraduate psychology major as well as the graduate program in school psychology. On other fronts, our programs remain strong, and this year the psychology programs have seen increased enrollments, with our total student count sitting at around 430. Finally, psychology faculty maintained a high level of publications last year, having numerous articles appearing in high-quality scientific journals. We look forward to another successful year, and with 3 new faculty, our contribution to the discipline is likely to increase significantly.
Hello, I'm Dr. Vernon Woodley, Sociology Professor and Chair of the Department of Sociology, Anthropology, and Criminology at EIU. Our department offers 2 Bachelor of Arts degrees. Students can major in Sociology or Criminology and Criminal Justice, or they can earn a double major in both disciplines with just 2 to 4 additional classes. The Criminology and Criminal Justice major is our newest degree program. We are now into the 3rd year of offering this major since it was launched in 2017. It is also our fastest growing degree program. We recently hired a new colleague to support the growing demand for the major. Former police officer and criminal justice professor, Dr. Caitlin Lynch, comes to us from Old Dominion University. Dr. Lynch's law enforcement experience, combined with academic training in sociology and criminal justice, helps us bridge the gap between science and applied learning. In addition to the two majors, our department also offers minors in sociology, anthropology, and criminology. Our students also have the opportunity to engage in independent study beyond the required classes by participating in departmental honors. Our department also stresses community outreach and civic engagement. Students are encouraged to participate in internships and volunteer opportunities. Recently, our Sociology and Anthropology Club received an Outstanding Impact Award from the EIU Office of Civic Engagement and Volunteerism for organizing a piecemeal coffee drive for senior citizens. With all the social upheaval throughout the United States and abroad today, this is an excellent time to study sociology, criminology, and anthropology, as these three related disciplines provide the frameworks to understand the social and cultural phenomena that underscore all aspects of our everyday lives.
Thank you so much to our associate deans and to our wonderful department chairs. And now I would want to take the last 10 minutes, of our time today to remind us of who we are. And this is who we are. It's going to take about 2,500 years to get us through. We do not know exactly when our species started teaching by telling, but we do know that we have global roots of teaching by writing and by valuing scholarship. The physical manifestations of that are, of course, colleges, universities, schools, and libraries. And the very first library that we know of is, of course, the one from the 7th century from Ashurbanipal in Nineveh. His father decided that as a ruler, he had to have direct access to all the expertise necessary to run the empire. And so the over 30,000 tablets that were collected in the library were archival documents, religious incantations, scholarly texts, and of course also several works of literature, including the Epic of Gilgamesh. We are all familiar with the classical schools of Athens, Pythagoras, the school for philosophy of life, religion, mathematics, Isocrates for rhetoric, Plato for science, philosophy, dialectic, and then Aristotle, of course, for empirical research. What we sometimes do not pay attention to is that these schools were open for the young adult children of the upper classes, and they were open to both female and male students. Axiothea of Phlius and Lastania of Mantinea are two of the more well-known female students of Plato's Academy. Now, when you take a look at the Schools of Athens painting from the Apostolic Palace in Vatican City, just above the word Athens, you see a little blue flag. I took this picture last December while visiting the Vatican, and this gives you an idea of how huge this mural is. But what you also see is that anybody who wanted to have a solid education began with the trivium, grammar, logic, rhetoric, and then advanced to the quadrivium, arithmetic, geometry, astronomy, and music, many of the fields that are now, of course, in our college. Libraries play a very big role. This is today's Library of Alexandria, one of the most famous burning buildings, of course, of world history. Demetrius was charged about 300 BCE to build a library and a museum, and the museum was specifically for research and literary scholarship, and they collected around 200,000 manuscripts. Now, the budget was amazing because he was supposed to collect all sorts of manuscripts, but the story also has it that When a ship docked in the harbor of Alexandria, emissaries from the library would board said ship, take all the books from that ship, brought them back to the library, copied them, and sent the copies back while keeping the originals. This is one way of enlarging your library, not to be done today, of course. In 124 before current era, Emperor Wu established the Imperial Academy, and teaching all the basic knowledge that one had to have, again, to run the country, to run the state. This was intended for bureaucrats, for people who work in government. It began with 50 students and professors, and very quickly reached over 3,000. The first university, as we know it, as a degree-granting institution, was founded by Fatima al-Fihri in Fez, Morocco in 859 current era. Al-Qarawin in Fez is still extant. It still is actually a degree-granting, very, very famous institution. She founded it originally as a madrasa, but very quickly dedicated it to higher learning, and she herself actually attended until her death. What was taught was the Quran and Islamic jurisprudence, and of course, grammar, rhetoric, logic, medicine, mathematics, and astronomy. You can also see that some of the most famous names of the era attended this university. Hassan al-Bazan, whom we know as Leo Africanus, Moses ben Maimon, Maimonides, Ibn Rushd, Averroes, and so on and so forth. Even one of the popes is said to attend. Al-Azhar University in Egypt, founded just almost 100 years later, is the first university that teaches literary studies, what we call the humanities today. In Europe, it wasn't until 1088, current era, that the University of Bologna was founded. And again, of course, it was only accessible to the adult children of the nobility, of the upper class, but again, both female and male. They taught the liberal arts, they taught medicine, philosophy, law, and theology. But one of the things I find most interesting about this is that after a legal consultation in 1158, Frederick I Barbarossa, promulgated a law that actually allowed the university to be legally declared a place where research could develop independently from any other power, which is actually quite progressive and modern for its time. Nobody could interfere. This is, of course, what in the 20th century led to the tenure system in American universities. In the Western Hemisphere, in 14th and 15th century Tenochtitlan, children would attend neighborhood schools. But then the Telpochkali, or the young men's house, was a cross between a military and a trade school for the non-aristocratic boys and men, where they would be trained in combat and trades. Now the Kalmekak was a cross between a seminary, an elite prep school, and a college. It was attended by the daughters and sons of the nobility, and for the first time maybe ever, academically qualified commoners for basic priestly training, military skills, the arts, etiquette, and leadership. And again, one of the most famous places, libraries, and the University of Timbuktu in Mali. Around the 12th century, the University of Timbuktu, Sankore, had an attendance of over 25,000 students. Some of them attended the 180 Quranic schools. And as the saying went, salt, books, and gold were the main commodities that were traded in Timbuktu. And then the world changed. A lot of people tell me these days that the world has changed considerably in the last 10, 20, 30 years. That is nothing compared to how the world changed in October of 1492. In May of that year, two young men who carry one of the variants of my last name, probably not related to me, enrolled at the University of Rostock at the Baltic Sea. And they did not enroll in medicine or law or theology, but they matriculated for one semester in philosophy, which at that point meant the liberal arts and sciences. It is everything that we question, everything that we want to learn about. Of course, that means that we are now over, 2,000 years down the road, and we agree with Ashurnipal, with Pythagoras, from through 1492 to today, in 2,500 years and 5 continents, that we need to continue to exist. And think of the changes that happened in this time. Fundamental changes in technology, from human power to animal power to water and wind to steam to fossil fuels to electricity to solar and back to wind and water. And the even more fundamental changes in human rights, the destruction of whole human societies through colonialism, the invention of capitalism, racism and sexism as organizers of society, and changes in access to education, first only for rulers and the children of the upper classes, then increasingly men only, and in colonial societies, white men only, upper and middle class only to the 1960s, when finally higher education opened to everybody. And we're all agreed throughout this time. Education opens doors to careers and makes better citizens of your communities and the world. And the basic tools for 2,500 years have remained the same: reading, writing, calculations. The medieval applied fields still exist today: medicine, law, theology. The research names, the usual philosophy, we all still receive our doctorate in philosophy. We've changed names a little bit. The natural sciences, the humanities, the social and behavioral sciences. Of course, that is what the college is all about. We are all these fields. We are the natural sciences. We are the social sciences, behavioral sciences, and the humanities and fine arts. And we also are the toolbox, data and collection analysis, quantitative, qualitative, and the wisdom to know which to use when. Philosophy, ethics, and logic teach us critical thinking, communication, and calculation in math, Spanish, and the performing arts, and so on and so forth. We are still those very, very traditional liberal arts that have survived 2,500 years of changes, and that is who we are. So thank you to President Glassman and Provost Cottrell for joining us today, the associate deans and the department chairs for putting together such a fine presentation of our departments, the Doudna crew for their professional support, and of course, all our students, staff, faculty, alumni, donors, and friends. Stay safe, and thank you.